Yes, students, tell me, am I audible to all? Hmm? Okay, mashallah. I just want to ask that I want to ask that the one who opted this subject economics, they are here or not? Like Adnan, Sohail Ghani, and who is the Galaxy M01? Please change this name and write your real name. Sohail Ghani, Muhammad Sohail Ghani, is he present? You opted this subject economics, but I think you were not there in the class last time. Correct? Okay, fine, no problem. What about this Galaxy M01? Please tell me your real name and just change your name here also. Who is he? Galaxy M01. Please unmute yourself and tell me about this. I don't know who is he is not responding at all. Okay, students. So, as you all know that this is your first Zoom class of economics. And do you remember in our previous class what we have discussed? What are the things that we have discussed in our previous class of economics? Can anybody tell? Those who were present in the previous class? Anyone? Yes, Adnan, you can also share that what are the things that we have discussed in the previous class? Yes, very good. Yes, yes, tell. Yes, Adnan, tell. Okay, definition of economics we have discussed. Fine. And who is he? Galaxy M01. Please change your name and your audio and both the audio and video both are not visible. Fine. Okay. So if we will talk about the first chapter of this subject economics. So if we will look at the book, have you purchased the book or not? Tell me. Yes, Suhail and Adnan and this Galaxy M01 book is there with you. You people have not purchased the book. Why? Try to purchase as soon as possible. Fine. I'm just waiting for the student for 2 minutes. They are joining still. Still they are joining. So I'm just waiting for them. Just wait for 2 minutes. Okay? And be attentive in the class and honest also. Aisha Danish, have you opted this subject economics? See, you have to take between this economics and the computer. So decide. So for this thing, you have to. consult this thing to Ahmed sir. Fine. Fine, so I'm not forcing that you can opt anything. I'm just telling that just clear your thoughts whether you want to opt this computer or whether this economics. Fine. Okay. Okay, students, now look at the first chapter of this subject economics, definitions of economics. Those who are present in the previous class, remember that we have started this chapter economics, and in our previous class, I just explained about the term economics. What does it mean? What does it mean? Okay, so like I think few one or two members are new in the class. So I'm just going to give a brief introduction again about this chapter. Okay, am I clear to all? Where is Sohail Ghani? Sohail? Okay, fine. So if we will look at the basic definition or basic terminology of this term economics, so always remember that the word economics derived from the Greek word. So just always remember that side by side you can prepare your notes also. Fine. So this word economics derived from Greek word okios, that means a house, and nomos, that means management. And if you will pronounce in totality, so it is related to the study of the management of one's household affairs. Okay, and apart from this, if we will compare this thing to the present day, so this economics means it is related to the study of those activities which are related to the production, exchange, consumption, and other things that satisfy the economic need of the people. Do you remember that when I have given that the orientation program oriented class of economics, that time only I just explained about what is this economics is all about. So in that also I just told you about this economics is related to the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. In that, how people, businesses, and entire country manage their money based on wants, needs, and supply and demands. Okay, so basically, the subject economics is dealing with the activities which are related to the production, exchange, and consumption to satisfy the different wants, needs, and the uh, different aspects of the people. Understood till here? Yes. Understood till here, everyone? Please give your feedback as well. Okay. And or you can say that this subject economics is being one of the branch of social science. It comes under the category of social science subject only. So it can be the one of the branch of social science, and it deals with the study of human activities in the society in relation to income and wealth. It means how man earns his or her livelihood to satisfy his needs and want. And this economics is also related to the utilization of scarce means have alternative uses for achieving multiple ends. Like you can take the example, in a country resources are very much limited, but how we can utilize these scarce resources to satisfy the needs and wants of the people. So this is all about the subject economics, how we can satisfy the needs and wants of the people with these scarce resources. And if we will broadly talking about this term economics, always remember activities which are related to production, action, and consumption of consumptions related activities to satisfy the needs and want. Fine till here? Just try to understand the basic meaning of basic concept related to this subject economics. Okay. Now let's talk about the different definitions of economics. See, there are different economists in different parts of the world, and as per their discoveries, as per their information, they have given different types of definition related to the subject economics. So I'm just going to explain some of the important definitions given by different economists. Okay, so first definition is given by Adam Smith. See, Adam Smith is the father of economics as well, and he has given the definition which is related to wealth. So his definition is known as wealth oriented definition of economics. What is wealth oriented definition of economics given by Adam Smith? Likewise, you can see the second definition of economics was given by Marshall, and his definition's name is welfare oriented definition. You can write also somewhere. Those who are new or those who have not written in the previous class, they can also write that wealth oriented definition was given by Adam Smith. Welfare oriented definition was given by Marshall, and there is another definition given by Robin, and the name of this definition is scarcity oriented definition. Scarcity oriented definition, and the last one is growth oriented definition, which was given by Samuelson. So likewise, you can see there are four definitions which are given by different economists. So one by one, inshallah, we will discuss these definitions. Up till now, everything is clear related to this subject economics. If you people are having any query or anything that you want to ask, you are free to ask. I don't know that suddenly that network is not. Yes, student, please mute yourself. Mute your mic. Mute your mic. Yes, Galaxy M01, please mute your mic. So those who are present now, they can tell that whatever I have discussed just now, have you understood the topics? Is there any problem related to anything to you can ask? Otherwise, I can start the next topic, which is related to the first definition of economics given by Adam Smith. Till here, everything is clear. Yes, students, give your feedback about this. Am I audible to all? Yes, students. Am I audible? Aiza, Adnan. Okay, okay. Just give your feedback so that I can understand that yes, you are here and you are giving your responses also. Okay, fine. Yes, from the chat box I can see yes, yes, yes. And whatever I have discussed just now related to this subject economics, it is clear to all. Say yes. Oh, unmute yourself and one by one give your feedback. Yes, Aiza. Okay, Zed, unmute yourself and tell me. Zaid, Adnan, Suhail, Sania, Kaleem. Yes, tell me about this. Everything is clear? Okay, mashallah, very good. Now look at the first definition of economics, which was given by the father of economics, Adam Smith. So this Adam Smith is the founding father of economics. Somewhere you can write also, and if you are having both, you can underline also. So this Adam Smith is the father of economic, and he has given his definition. It is related to the wealth. That is why his definition came to be known as the wealth-oriented definition of economics. Why is it so? Why we call Adam Smith's definition as the wealth oriented definition? So uh, Galaxy M01, please mute yourself. Mic is open. Okay. So now, I'm going to tell you about the Adam Smith's definition of economics. Just take out your pen and one notebook also that you can write the definition. So, according to Adam Smith, he defines subject economics as the nature of study and causes of the wealth of nation. This is the definition of economics given by Adam Smith. I'm going to repeat that you can write the study of nature and the causes of the wealth of nation. Fine. According to him, it is a subject related with producing wealth. What is wealth? Can anybody tell what is wealth? Yes, what is wealth? It okay, up to a some extent it is correct, but according to Adam Smith, uh, the wealth is related to money and goods and services which satisfy your wants and needs. Fine. It included your money also and other goods also which satisfy your wants. Fine. So, according to him, the subject economics is related with producing wealth and using it. How we can produce wealth in the country and how we can use this wealth also. And there are different thinkers, or you can say economists, who supported Adam Smith's definition of economics as well. Fine. So always remember that Adam Smith advocated that how we can produce or generate wealth in the economy and how we can use it also. Understood the meaning of this definition? Yes, everyone. Yes, everyone. Tell me, understood the meaning of this definition? Fine, fine, fine. Okay, okay. Now, now look at the some of the important features of the Adam Smith's definition, main characteristics, or you can say main features of Adam Smith's definition. So, first feature is related to the study of wealth. Like I said, that he advocated and focused on the generation of the wealth. So, its main feature is related to the study of wealth. This subject economics deals with the study of wealth only. Therefore, it is concerned with the activities of men related to production, consumption, exchange, and distribution of goods. So, what when we are generating, you can say this wealth. So, a person's activities are related to the sector of production, consumption, exchange, and distribution of goods in the economy. Understood? Fine. Wait for 1 minute. WhatsApp. Okay, so this is one of the important feature of the Adam Smith definition of economics, that is study of wealth. And second feature is related to the only material commodities. So his definition advocated that we will include the material commodities like the example what we can say that in the material commodities those goods which can satisfy the wants and needs of the people, He ignored non-material services like services of the doctor, services of a teacher, and the commodities like air and water. These, you can say that air and water is available on the earth, and these two things or other things are also responsible to satisfy our wants. But Adam Smith included the things related to the material commodities, not like this air, water, sunshine, and all these things. So Adam Smith only talks about the material commodities only, not other non-material aspects of the life. Fine. Yes, students. Fine. This point is clear to all. This point is clear to all. Yes. Yes, Sania, you can tell this point is clear to you. Okay. Oh, okay. Fine. 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 Very good. Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. So these are some of the important features of the Adam Smith's definition. So on that time he has given this definition, and different economists supported his definitions also. But on the other side, there were different economists who criticized this definition also. They were not in the support of this definition. So in this way, they criticize Adam Smith's definition also. So Adam Smith's definition faced different type of criticisms as well. So the next topic is related to your criticism of the Adam Smith definition of wealth oriented. So here I will explain what are the loopholes, you can say, or what are the drawbacks, and what are the criticism of the Adam Smith's wealth oriented definition. Fine. Yes, everyone, fine or not? Okay. Okay. I'm just telling again and again this thing. Please prepare your short notes as well as, so it will help you in your future classes as well. And try to purchase your book as soon as possible. Okay. Now let's talk about some of the criticism or drawbacks faced by the Adam Smith definition. So this the first criticism comes from the different economists. Like in Adam Smith's wealth oriented definition, the meaning of wealth is restricted. It means that only material goods were considered as wealth. Means I told you that he only talked about the material goods only, which satisfy the people's wants and needs. He didn't consider non-material aspects or non-material goods like services of a doctor, lawyer, teacher, and you can say that other non-material things like air, water, sunshine, these things are also there in the country, and they are responsible to satisfy our needs and want. But Adam Smith only talks about the material goods only material goods can satisfy our wants. He just ignored the non-material aspects of the life. So this is one of the important criticism faced by is his definition. Fine. Fine. Understood this criticism? Okay, now look at the next criticism. Neglect human welfare. Next criticism came in the form of neglect of human welfare. During that period of time, what happened? Economists started realizing that human welfare is also very much important, and this Adam Smith ignored this aspect. Means this his uh, definition ignored the humanistic of character. Means he is not talking or focusing more about the human welfare. He just tried to give too much importance on wealth and ignore the human welfare. He just said that generate income and use it, but he didn't speak about how we can do the welfare of the people. And human welfare is very much important for a country and for its development. So he just ignored the human welfare aspect. So because of this point, or because of this reason, Adam Smith's definition faced some kind of criticism, or you can say this can be one of the important drawback of this definition. So this is your second criticism of the Adam Smith's definition of wealth oriented. Fine. Till here understood everyone? Please tell me honestly also that if you are saying like yes ma'am, yes ma'am. On a very serious note, I'm just telling, if you are having any confusion, so you can share your queries. Inshallah, I will try to tell the answers in a more easy way. But pay attention, be honest towards your answers. Fine? Okay, very good. Now look at the third criticism. As I told you, there were different economists who didn't support the Adam Smith's definition. So the economists like Marshall and Pigou, they did not support the definition of Adam Smith much. Marshall and Pigou believed that if everyone will be there in the economy, everyone will be there in the economy, and that person is responsible to generate the wealth only. He will think about how to generate wealth, how to use that wealth. So that person will become selfish. His nature becomes like this, and he will forget the how to make the welfare of the people, and how he can do much better things for the country. So this nature of the person become selfish. If he will not think about the welfare aspect of the people, he will always think about how to generate wealth, and how we can use that wealth only. So because of this factor also, different economists criticize his definition also. Fine. Fine. Yes, third criticism clear to all. Fine. Now let's talk about the next criticism. Adam Smith also ignored the problem of scarcity and choice. Different economists said that he didn't explain about the problem of scarcity of resources and choice. Like in a country, or you can take the example of any country, its resources are very much scarce, and our demands and wants as comparatively more than that. So he didn't speak about this problem as well. He ignored the problem of scarcity and choice. So he said that it should be included in his definitions. That's why they said that he just ignored the problem of scarcity of the resources and the choices of the people. Because of this factor, because of this thing, he faced different criticisms from the different economists, especially from the side of Ruskin and Carlyle. These are some of the important economists who just criticize the definition of Adam Smith. Fine. So almost 4 to 5 criticism I have just explained just now. So all these criticisms are clear to all, everyone. Okay, tell me. Till here everything is clear about this definition of Adam Smith's wealth oriented definition. Everything is clear. Yes, tell me, Aiza, Zaid, Adnan, Suhail, Sania, Kaleem. Please unmute yourself and give your feedback. Till here, whatever we have discussed, everything is understood and clear. First one what? Introductory class. Beginning. Okay. In the beginning, I just explain about the term economics. I just told this thing that this term economics is derived from the Greek word, and there were two words, Greek words like oikos, 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 that means house, and second word is nomos, nomos, which means management. So, in the early period of time, they defined economics as the management of one's household. But when time passes, it just change its definition or just change the levels. Now, as we compare to today's life, this economics is dealing with the activities which are related to production, exchange, and consumption that satisfy human needs and want. Okay, this subject economics is related to the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. Okay, and what happened in the country, people, different kind of businesses are there, and entire country manage their money and just try to provide different goods and services to satisfy needs and wants. And if a person, or you can take the example of a business, mm, if they will start any kind of business, so it will include the activities of production, distribution, and consumption. So it basically this economics is dealing with the subject or the things related to production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. Through these things we can satisfy the needs and wants of the people. Fine. Okay. So, up till now, we have discussed the introductory part of the economics. In that, I just tried to explain about what is this subject economics is all about. I have given very simple definitions also, and after that, I have just explained about the different types of definitions given by different economists. I have just mentioned the name, but I have explained the Adam Smith's wealth-oriented definition. Okay, so till here, wealth-oriented definition of Adam Smith we have covered. Now, inshallah, we will discuss the second definition of economics, which was given by Marshall. Alfred Marshall gave the second definition of economics, and his definition's name is welfare oriented definition. Adam Smith's definition's name was wealth oriented. Everywhere wealth. Now, second definition is related to the welfare oriented definition. Do you remember in criticism, different economists criticize that Adam Smith did not speak about the welfare or the humanistic aspect of the people. So Marshall tried to highlight this aspect in his definition. So that's why he just talked about the welfare of the people. That's why his definition is came to be known as welfare oriented definition. Understood? Or you can say that Alfred Marshall shifted his emphasis from wealth to welfare. Wealth to welfare. Hmm. Yes, I told you these are some of the drawbacks. He didn't speak about the welfare, how we can do the welfare of the people. Every time he is speaking about how to generate the wealth in the economy and how we can use it. But he didn't speak about how we can do the welfare of the people, and how we can humanistic approach was missing in his definition. So in the Marshall definition, he just talked about the welfare aspects also. So you can say that he just shifted the emphasis from wealth to welfare. He talked about the welfare as well. Fine. Okay. Okay. Now what I'm going to tell you, I'm just providing 3 to 4 minutes. Whatever I have discussed just now. Just recall all the things, and inshallah one or two questions, inshallah I will ask whatever we have discussed today. Fine? Understood? Just recall all the things which we have discussed today. Inshallah, after 4 minutes, I will ask few questions related to the topics which I have discussed today. Fine? Clear? Am I clear to all? Fine. Now start. Just recall all the things in your mind. Then I will ask. Yes, ask. Okay, I will share on the WhatsApp. Okay, inshallah, I will share the PDF. Okay, okay. I was not knowing that you have opted this subject because you were not present in the class. Inshallah, I will share the PDF on the WhatsApp today only, inshallah. Fine? Okay, students, I am audible to all now? Am I audible? Yes, student, now time is going to be finished. Almost, I think 1 or 2 minutes are there. So I'm unable to ask the question. Just whatever we have discussed today, just revise it. In the next class, inshallah, I will try to ask the questions. Okay. This meeting is all about, I think, 40 minutes. That's why only. So, inshallah, in the next class, we will discuss the next definition given by Marshall, and whatever the topics which we have discussed today. Inshallah, I will ask question based on these topics. Fine. So, this is all about for today's class, and just try to purchase your book as soon as possible. Fine. Jazakallah.